All right, good morning, traders. Trader, you can hear me loud and clear. Please type a yes in the comment section. Good morning, Biodo. Good morning, Chibuna Igwe, Madam Naji, Gabriel, Joshua Corey, Michael, Muyi FX. Muyi FX, probably you're new on the platform. I think I'm just observing this name. And Timmy Appa, good morning. Can I get our feedback, please, as we start? All right, thank you for those who are commenting. Thank you, Madam Naji. Good morning, Muyi FX, Timmy, and Gabriel. All right, so let's start. So today is Friday, the 21st of February, 2025, and we're having our morning analysis session. It's just 7:09 a.m. in the morning. Good morning, Chibona Igwe, and Madam Momotosho, good morning. All right, so today is filled with a lot of fundamental events. In fact, I would advise if you can avoid technical trading today, because today is just filled with all is filled from morning till late in the afternoon, evening till thereabout the fundamental activities. So we really need to respect that in the market today. Now, 8 a.m. this morning, there'll be retail sales from the United Kingdom. It's a one item event, it's a high impact event. If the data comes out good for the pound, okay, let's just quickly read what it's all about so that we can be better informed. Retail sales, the source of this data is going to be the Office for National Statistics. So that's a government agency that at least gives us assurance that the data is coming from the right source. And this data measures the change in the total value of inflation adjusted sales at the retail level, and actual greater than forecast is good for the currency. So by 8 a.m., if this data is good for the currency, the currency in this case is the pound, then we expect a bullish movement on the pound. And if it comes out actual less than forecast that or bad for the currency, then we expect a bearish movement in the pound. And that's very, very straightforward. And by 9:15, then we have a lot of the Euro events taking place between 9:15 to 10 a.m. About six events taking place between 9:15 and 10 a.m. The first set is the French Flash Manufacturing PMI and the French Flash Services PMI by 9:15 a.m. And by 9:30 a.m., we have the German Flash Manufacturing PMI and the German Flash Services PMI. And 10 a.m., we have the Flash Manufacturing PMI and Flash Services PMI, all of them from the Eurozone. All of them from the Eurozone. So that's telling us there will be a lot of activity, a lot of volatility on the Euro pairs this morning. By the time we switch over to technicals, I will let you know the specific Euro pair I'm putting my attention on for today. And by 10:30 a.m., there will be Flash Manufacturing PMI and Flash Services PMI rather from the United Kingdom. Okay, so I think I'll just stop it at the morning session analysis. The afternoon, we take care of the others, which includes the CAD and the dollar. All right, so we're looking just at the euro and the pound. Put attention on those two and the corresponding instruments that may react to these specific events. So I'll switch over now to my chart. Okay, before I do that, if the news comes out good for the euro, one after the other, then we'll be looking, if it comes out good, we'll be looking at buying the euro. And if it comes out bad, we're looking at selling the euro. It's just very straightforward like that. Though in reality, there'll be time interval from one news event to the other. You understand? So you need to trade with a lot of caution. And the same thing also for the pound. If it comes out good for the pound, we're buying the GBP. And if it comes out bad for the pound, we're selling the GBP. So I'll switch over now to my technicals. So for the pound, my attention today is going to be on the GBP CHF. That's where I'm putting my view on. Just a second. All right, so this is GBPCHF. Now on the weekly time frame, we can see that this instrument has been trending downwards for quite some time, as it's been in a downtrend. And recently it hit some resistance support. Price is still trading around that resistance zone. So we have a downtrend and a resistance right from weekly, and it's still the same on the daily. And the unique thing about the daily is that a couple of days back, that's Wednesday, the day closed with a rejection candle. So downward trend, resistance, rejection candle, they all indicate the possibility of a bearish movement on this instrument. And if we flip down to the 4 hour and also see it's still the same, with the addition that we have a rising wedge pattern, which is also a bearish reversal pattern. We can even redefine the rising wedge now with current market expectation. So that means we're going to push it up here so that we have the consolidation stronger in this region. So if the data for the pound today, both for the retail sales and the flash and services manufacturing PMI, if it comes out bad for the pound, that will lead to a bearish breakout, from this instrument. Because from the weekly to the daily to the 4 hour time frame, we have a bearish outlook, a bearish bias on this instrument. So if the fundamental aligns with that, then we'll have a massive bearish breakout on the GBP CHF. So, but what if the news comes out good for the pound? It's possible. If that happens, price will only move slightly up still within the trend resistance zone, or it may touch this trend line, but ultimately it should still lead us back into a reversal. So we'll put our attention more on the long-term movement, which is a bearish movement. So in essence, I want us to look out for a bearish breakout on the GBP if the data for the retail sales by 8 a.m. and the flash and services manufacturing PMI by 10:30 a.m. if they come out bad for the pound. Our focus will be to sell the GBP CHF. And for the euro event this morning, I'm putting my attention on euro AUD. Now this is euro AUD. We start analyzing from the daily time frame. And from the daily time frame, this instrument closed as a rejection candle yesterday. And not only that, it also closed around a support zone. So we have a support zone here. And this is where the candle touched it. So technically, we're looking for a bullish movement on the euro AUD. And the amazing thing is that if it turns bullish, then we may be getting ready for some nice moves, probably to, let me use the word medium to long term, because this may end up forming a double bottom pattern, which will see price go higher. So we might just be at the beginning of the second leg of the double bottom pattern, which is a double confirmation that we should expect a bullish movement on the euro AUD. So if the data from the euro comes out good for the euro, then we should be looking at buying the euro AUD. That is the instrument of focus for buying this morning. And that cuts across all the euro events we're having. If they come out good for the euro, just buy the euro AUD and we'll be safe. All right, so those are the two events we have, and those are the two instruments I'm looking out for those two events. I can see people are asking questions. I'll attend to just a few as we round up for this analysis. It's a short one. For those that are just joining us, we have a lot of news today. So I will advise you focus more on the fundamentals. The fundamentals move the market. I'm not saying don't trade technical at all, but let your attention be more on the fundamentals, because you just have a little here, a little there from 8 till 6:30 p.m. That will really drive the market. So trade with a lot of caution. All right. Cool Prince FX, good morning, sir. Please, how bullish will gold be today? Well, that's not a question I can answer. We have to look at the chart. We only follow what the chart tells us, but not what we want, So we look at gold and the chart and see what it holds for today. Joshua Corey is asking Euro, JPY, and gold. Like everybody wants to know what's happening to gold. So let's check. Okay, before I check gold, let me quickly look at Euro, JPY. Joshua is asking, after which I will now look finally at gold. So let's check the Euro JPY. All right, so this is Euro JPY. Okay, now I remember telling us actually the beginning of this week or something last week that I held a bullish outlook on the JPY pairs. I think it's at the beginning of this week. We're anticipating the reversal. Somehow it didn't happen as expected, but I think it's time for that reversal to finally begin because I checked all the JPY pairs this morning and they seem to be getting stuff. Though if it's going to be bullish, it may not happen much this week again. Today is Friday, the week is ending, probably from next week. So probably from next week, we might see that. But for Euro JPY, this is what I'm saying. It's still the same setup I shared at the beginning of the week. We have a support zone here, which I call the triple bottom back pattern. And price dropped again to that support. And currently, we're seeing a bullish movement on the Euro JPY. All this is in the daily time frame. So we can switch over to the 4 hour. And this is what is available on the 4 hour. I can draw a trend line right here. Now, please don't forget that today is Friday. So sometimes I always tell people Friday, you should trade with a lot of caution because market might become unstable, especially in the afternoon. Technically, we should be looking for an opportunity to buy the Euro JPY. But the last 4 hour candle closed as a rejection candle. If this rejection candle holds enough, price will trace back to this support zone. So ultimately, later on, maybe next week, it will go back upwards. We may first of all see a reversal back to test this support zone, except if the news, except if the news on the Eurozone this morning really comes out to favor the euro, then to I almost forgot that it's a euro news. So the data, I think that what will drive the euro this morning is the data from the news we're expecting. I told you I'm bullish on euro AUD. The data comes out good for the euro AUD. That will push price up because technical will fundamental rather will always override technical. Rejection candle is work for technical. What if the news is fundamental and it can override the technical? So the data comes out good for the euro, just like I'm seeing on the euro AUD. Yes, that will break. It will break this current trend line, and you see price going higher. However, if the news comes out bad for the euro, then I would say you can sell the euro JPY. So if it's good for the euro, buy euro AUD. If it's bad for the euro, sell the JPY. Euro JPY has more room to drop downwards compared to euro AUD. So if it comes out bad for the euro, don't sell euro AUD. That will not give you much move. The better move for a sell will be the euro AUD, euro JPY. This is euro AUD. You can see that euro AUD is just at the support. There is nowhere to sell to. At support, we are not looking to sell, we are looking to buy. But for euro JPY, there's still room for a downward move. So again, the data comes out good for the euro. Buy euro AUD, it comes out bad, sell euro JPY. So that's my analysis on the euro JPY. All right, so finally we look at gold. Engineer Oye, please be mindful of your annotation too. All right, so we'll look at gold. Our gold is trading around this trend line on the weekly time frame. On the daily time frame, we still have a trend line also, and the candle for yesterday closed as a rejection candle. And on the 4 hour, well, it all depends eventually. Today, we're still going to have a news on the dollar later in the afternoon by 3:45 p.m. There'll still be a news on the dollar. That will still largely influence our gold. If the data from the US comes out good for the dollar, that may lead to a bearish movement on gold. That may lead. Technically, the dollar is bearish. I've said that many times, but so if the dollar is bearish, gold is expected to go bullish. But with what is happening currently, honestly, I want to be cautious until a news is released. But if gold breaks this current level, we might see some downward movement on gold. So if you have a live trade that you are trading manually on gold, I will advise you to trade with caution. If you are on copy trading on gold, there's no need to panic about. Copy trading system will manage your trade. Yeah, it's going to manage your trade. Even if it may turn into a losing trade, well, it will recover back later. All trades will not be winning trades. There will be one or two, out of maybe 7, 8, 10. So if you're on that copy trading system manages your trade automatically. But if you're trading manually, I will advise you trade with a lot of caution. If for any reason price breaks this trend line, we may see a downward movement on gold. That is if you are on a buy. If you're on a sell, you don't really have anything to worry about. Because I can see some chatting here. I have a running trade on gold. Gold. Just relax. Just always that's why I always say sure. Have proper risk management, regardless of how good the market is, in case things don't go as planned. All right, so that's going to be all from my end this morning. I think I've attended to all the questions and all the requests. We have more fundamentals today, so please be very cautious of technical trades. Be very, very cautious of trades. All right, that'll be the end. Trade safe and you'll have a great weekend ahead. Bye-bye.
Have a good weekend, sir.
You're welcome. You too.